yeah, let's play another game. Here we go. Right, we're black pieces. I can't resist not playing the England gambit. But that's not how you improve at chess, by playing gambits. Okay, so bro's played d4. So you know what? I'm just gonna keep it nice and simple. I'm just gonna play e6 against everything that I play. The black defense, e6, playing the French. It's not always the French, because when they start with a different pawn, it doesn't mean it's always the same opening. Common thing at the lower level that I always thought, whenever you play the same opening, it's always the same opening. It's not. Because if they play something different at the start, it's no longer the French. So like, this is not the French. This would normally be the French if he had played that. But he didn't. So it's not. You know what I'm saying? So he's just good. He's doing well. He's developing his pieces. I like him. So what we're doing, he's trying to maybe get an early attack. So I'm just going to stop that. I'm going to stop that. Put a stop to this attack straight up. So now he's got his bishop. I don't know where his bishop's going to go. Maybe there. Always think what your opponent is going to do next before you do it as well. So I'm just going to, maybe I'll just develop a knight. Let's develop the pieces in the game. I'm not playing any specific openings. I'm just making logical moves. Get my pieces into the game. So he's bringing out his knight. Maybe he wants to go there. I'm just going to bring out my bishop. I'm just going to pin it. And if he doesn't do anything, maybe I want to take this. Maybe I want to take this. Double up his pawns. Maybe that's good. Or maybe that's not good. I don't know. So here I'm just thinking I just want to develop my last piece and get castled. And that feels good to me. So let's just develop it. I'm going to develop it here to support this knight in the long term. Could have maybe went there. Probably was the wiser move. When I'm playing the French, I kind of want my knight on c6 as much as possible. Okay, so now he's jumping in with the knight. So he's trying to take this maybe, which isn't a threat at all because I could just take back. Do I want a castle? Maybe, but then he's got maybe this sack idea and then all of his pieces are flying in. So I don't really want to do that right now. Because if I castle without a knight over here, the h7 square is so weak. So maybe I want to start by maybe I want to take this knight because I don't like it in my position. It's causing me a bit of distress. Stressing me the F out. Let's just do that. Okay, so now, maybe I can bring my knight there now and get castled. Because if he takes with the bishop at any point, I could just open up. I kind of like that. Let's do this. Another idea is to just bring my last piece into the game, which might be a wise thing. But I want to do this. This side of the board just feels weak. So I'm just gonna push that. I'm just going to do that. Here we go. Okay, so now I could take this bishop. But I kind of like the defense that this knight's giving me on this side of the board. I can think about just ruining his pawn structure on this side of the board, but then I kind of want to keep the bishops. The bishops are known to be slightly better in the endgame than the knights, so it's good to have the bishop pair, is what people like. And you hear people saying, the bishop pair, people like the bishop pair. Maybe I'll just develop my last piece. Let's just get my last bishop in the game, and then maybe I could even long castle. Get my queen off, get long castled, maybe. Let's see. All of his pieces are kind of aiming at this side of the board, so maybe castling this side isn't the wisest choice. You know what I mean? You've got to consider the attack. You don't always have to castle the same side every single game. You can castle both ways, depending on what you think is safer for your king. Because castling is all about getting your king safe. If your king's not safe, there's no point in bloody castling. Okay, so I don't know what he's attacking now. Maybe he's thinking, I'll take here, and then I'll take back, and then I'll blunder this. So here, I think I'm just going to dislodge the threat. I'm just going to take away the bishop, because I don't like that bishop. It's making me feel a bit self-conscious. I don't like the way it's looking at me. And now we're talking. Now I've got an idea of maybe bringing this in the game and then getting long castled. Because look at all of his pressure is on this side of the board. He's threatening to maybe win a pawn. But I don't know if he's actually threatening to do that. Because if he does that, that looks a bit dodgy. Because what's his queen doing? Yikers. Let's just bring our queen in the game. And then I'm going to get long castle. Because that looks like a better spot. Maybe I don't want to take this after all. Because if I long castle, then this is kind of long. Bro, really taking that? Maybe he can take that. That seems like a wild choice. Is he going to start launching these pawns up? Crikey. I'm just going to get cast. I'm just going to ignore what he's doing over here. I'm not really sure what's going on. I kind of like this idea now of just pushing this away. Maybe this is an idea. Okay, so he's rerouting his knight. That's kind of nice. Okay, so now I like this idea. I'm just going to threaten to attack the queen a little bit. Maybe I'll push double. Okay, so he's attacking this. Do I need to worry about that right now? So I could drop this back, but then he just gets another tempo on me. I could stick with my idea, my initial idea, which is this, which I kind of like. Okay, so I'm just going to drop my bishop back, I think. I think that's the best strat. If he pushes one more time, then I'm just going to drop it back here, and then it's safe. And then we've got the long-term diagonal here. Okay, so do it. So I'm just going to drop it all the way back. If he pushes one more time, I can just take back, but I don't think he'll do that. So at this stage in the game, I'm kind of thinking, this is a massive weakness. I need to attack that. This move is coming to mind. He maybe takes, and then I can take back, and then the queen is being threatened. This is being threatened. Okay, so he just pushes a pawn over here. Not sure what he's trying to achieve. Maybe it's reached the point in the game where he doesn't know what move to make, which is fair, because it's a bit of a weird position. So I'm going to keep with my idea that I had earlier, and I'm going to play that move. If he takes, I'm just going to take back straight away, which attacks this pawn and his queen. So then I'm probably winning some material and his bishop is hanging as well. So I'm just going to take back, attacking his queen, attacking this pawn. His best move here is to probably... No, that just blunders a piece. I don't know what he's going to do now. Queen's being attacked, his bishop's being attacked, his pawn's being attacked. This is weak, this is weak. What's he planning? So now I can win a piece. I could just take this for a start, which is probably the best move. But I've got an even juicier move, which if he tries to escape with this, leads to a mate. So we're going to play that because it's more adventurous. So I'm just going to slide all the way over here. And he's going to be like, okay, oh, what's he doing? He didn't take my bishop. I can escape. And then it's mate. But I don't know if he's going to fall for that. I'm not sure. Just a little tiny trick. Okay, he didn't fall for it. But I don't know what he's planning next. So maybe I'll just keep with this idea. Maybe I'll just leave it there. And I hope that he forgets, I think. Maybe we'll just do that. Maybe I'm going to play a move like this. I'm going to play a move like this. And then bait him into playing this. This is a bit of a silly strategy, but I think it's going to work. So I'm going to play that, and he's going to be like, oh, the bishop. And then it's mate. But I don't know if he's going to... I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Small tactics. Think outside the box. The only way to beat your opponents is to think better than them. Okay, so he just puts in a check, which is fair. I'm just going to slide to the side. And now he's actually threatening to win a piece. Okay, I think I messed up there. I think I was getting a bit too big for my boots, bro. So you can... Oh, so he took with the wrong piece. He should have taken with the queen and he was winning a piece because I was being careless. Oh, well played. Was he actually in a winning position there? I don't know. I was being a bit stupid trying to trick him. Okay, so in this position, he's actually winning after that check because he could have taken back with the queen, but instead he just hung mate. Okay, that game was more a bit of a reckless. This last game is going to be super instructive, and we're going to really make logical moves. We're not going to play anything stupid. No gambits, no tricks. We're just going to play logical moves. I'm going to schmack it up. Here we go. Bro's taking a minute to make a move. Okay, here we go. So I'm white. I'm just going to push e4 again. I think at this level, just stick with one opening. Stick with the same thing for white. And then whatever they do is what they do. I'm just going to develop my knight. He's going to develop his bishop out. And now I'm going to develop my knight to just protect this pawn. Pretty basic stuff. Nice and early. So now I'm just going to get this bishop out. And I'm going to get castled. Develop your pieces. Get castled. Best way to start a game. Okay, so now he's attacking this pawn twice with two of his pieces. So I'm just going to push my pawn like that. And that defends the piece. Because he's not going to take back. Because then I'll just take back with a pawn. And I've also got another piece protecting it as well. Okay, so now he's attacking this. I could castle. Or I could finish developing all my pieces. I like this because I don't really want to double up my pawns. I'm only 800. I don't want to double up my pawns at this stage in the game. Because I don't know what that's going to be like in the end game. So I'm just going to develop this to stop him from doubling up my pawns. Double pawns aren't the worst. But at this level, at the 800 level, I don't want to go into that. And now I'm going to finish my development by getting castled. I'm going to play a really logical game this game. Seriously logical. Here we go. Come on. Okay, so he's pushed into the middle. I like that move. Always look for pawn breaks. This bro's just look for a pawn break. He's offering this. A pawn break is when you push a pawn so that it attacks another pawn. And you're trying to open up the position. Trying to break in. Break the position. So here, I kind of like that move. So I could either push... And then his knight maybe attacks this, which I don't really like. I'm just going to take. I'll just keep it simple. Take the pawn. Whatever he takes. If he takes back with the pawn, then that's cool. Okay, so this bishop's kind of annoying me at the moment. I kind of just want to push this away. If he takes, I take. Okay, so I take back. Again, this dude is rushing his moves. We're on move 10. He's barely used like 45 seconds. He needs to slow down. Slow down. I don't want him to push this pawn, right? So maybe my idea here is to just put my knight on that square there. By doing that, if he trades, that's cool. I just take back, and then the position just continues. I could also maybe push the pawn, but I don't like trapping my bishop. Okay. So now this is potentially weak if I could somehow get round there and take that. I'm thinking about taking this, but if he takes with his queen, then this kind of loses its punch. I'm just going to bring my queen up a square, connect the rooks. Connected rooks are extremely strong. And, okay, so he just decides to take. So I'm just going to take back, and we're just going to continue the game. If he doesn't do anything about this knight, my next move is to take that knight and open up his king. Okay, so perfect. So he didn't do anything about this. Now his whole position on this side of the board is weak. He's rushing too much. He's used a minute and a half in a 10-minute game. We've played 14 moves. I've used about 4 minutes. He's used like less than half my time. Now I kind of like the idea of chipping away at his pawns. His center pawns are quite strong, right? So if I push this pawn and he takes back, I could take back. And I'll be also opening this up. I'm going to think about bringing my rook in. Maybe think about winning this pawn. I kind of like that idea. If I push and he pushes, then that's not too bad. I can just push this and then we've got a solid center going on with the pawn structure. Something tells me that he's going to push the pawn. He strikes me as that sort of player. So he pushed the pawn. So now I'm just going to solidify my pawn structure. Bishop is forever locked down. This square is no longer weak. If he managed to push that pawn, then he's got the whole diagonal. Okay, so I'm not sure what that move was. That looks like a free pawn. Unless I'm losing my mind and he's tricking me, which could be true. I'm just going to take that pawn. If you see a free pawn at this level, a lot of the time it's going to be a free pawn. I mean, it could be some sort of trick, which would be amazing. If this is a trick, I will happily fall for this. But at the moment, his king is completely trapped. Now I'm thinking about bringing my rooks in and getting a checkmate. Good move for him now is probably to move his rook to the side to attack this bishop, which in that case, I'm just going to bring my rook in the game. He's got 0 threats at the moment. I kind of want to get my rook in. I kind of want to... Okay, so now he's trying to trade off the queens because he knows that his position's a lot worse. He doesn't have any king safety. At this stage in the game, I definitely do not want to trade off queens because look how strong my position is. He's lined up his queen nicely. Maybe he wants to do this and get his rook in and line up some sort of attack, but I've always got this. I'm just going to bring my queen back. Okay, I don't want to trade off no queens. I'm in a really good position here. Now I've got an idea of maybe bringing my queen up here, attacking. Okay, so he's attacking there. Okay, so he's attacking my queen. So at this stage, I kind of just want to bring my queen to a nice safe square. If he does that, that's just a blunder because I can take. This pawn's being attacked now. We'll probably drop back or protect it. Okay, so he's just played that. Again, my opponent's just rushing his move. Pratik, you're rushing your moves right now. You need to slow down because you've just blundered a piece. So he's just blundered a piece because he's rushing his moves. Very common that people do that. If he starts offering the rook trades, we're totally down for that because look at, we're up 4 points of material. We're up 4 points of material. He's got double pawns. It looks like a winning endgame for us if he wants to trade down material. Key point in the game, when you're in the endgame, always bring your rook to their 7th rank. If you can, this is how you infiltrate their position in the endgame. Bring your rook to the 7th rank. Okay, so he's just, I'm not sure what he's doing now. So there's an idea here of doing that and winning a pawn because he can't protect both of them. He could maybe offer a trade, but then I could take and then take a pawn. That's probably the best move. That's definitely the best move right now. But I'm just going to play simple, keep my rooks on the 7th rank. I'm going to bring this one up, and I'm going to just chip away at all the pawns, take them all, and it's going to be a GG. That's 100% the best move, but we don't want to play it right now. We want to play logical moves without any tactics. That's what I said I was going to do this game, and that's what I'm going to do. And now I kind of want to play this move because he's attacked, but I'm just going to push the pawn. If he pushes this, I'm just going to take back. Just going to push the pawn, which defends my bishop. Okay, so now he's threatening to maybe push that pawn. But if he does do that, then I can just drop this back, and now I'm attacking this pawn. So I'm just going to keep with the idea that I had to bring my rooks on the 7th rank and try and destroy all the pawns. So I'm just going to drop back, and now we're attacking this pawn. As well as this, there's a lot of stuff happening here. If he brings this over here, trying to create some attack, I just take this pawn because that's not doing anything. Sacking a rook when he's down this amount of material. It's not a good idea. Okay, so he's pushed that pawn because he doesn't want me to take it, obviously. So at this point, I'm going to take this pawn because now every single pawn is kind of being attacked in his position. He can't take that. He's thinking about bringing this over. My rook's coming up here. Okay, so he's defended that pawn. It's probably one of the better moves, but I can take with this, which is a check. And now his whole position is just crumbling apart. We're going to take this pawn. We're going to take every single pawn that this man has. God damn it. Just going to take this pawn. We're not going to think about it too much. We're not going to blunder mate. We're not going to do anything stupid. We're just going to take the pawns, make sensible moves. Okay, so now he's just pushing the pawns. Is he trying to create some sort of imbalance where he can take this? I'm just going to chuck my rook in there, because if he does take this, then he loses his rook. I could defend it with this, or I could... Tactics! Let's just make the simple move. Let's just defend it with a pawn. I like the idea of checking, taking this last pawn, and then just pushing my pawns, making queens, and then checkmating him. Okay, so again, my opponent's rushing, and he just blundered his rook. I think we just take the rook. I think so. Obviously, it's the best move, but I don't know if, like logically, like, my opponent's just rushing, just take the rook. Why wouldn't I take the rook? Trying to be instructional. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring this back. I just took the rook, and then I moved back out of the position. Free rook, back to where we were. Okay, so now he's attacking the bishop. I'm just going to play it nice and logical. I'm not going to do any crazy tactics. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to move this out of the way and align with his king. No crazy tactics. Obviously, it's a discovered check, but it's not like an insane thing. It seems like a natural move to just move the bishop. I can either go there, down here. That seems like the most natural move to attack his king, right? Okay, so he's done the right thing. He's moved out the way. Now I'm going to put in a check and win this last pawn. Promote my pawns. Okay, we're going to take this last pawn. So he's attacking my last pawn. So I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to bring this back and just protect this pawn. And now I'm thinking about bringing this in and winning another pawn. Okay, so again, my opponent has just rushed a move out. I've got 1 minute left. He's got 4 minutes left. He just rushing moves. He just blundered his bishop. He just blundered his rook, sorry. He resigned after he made that move.
First game I played 75. It seemed like a pretty standard game until I got a slight advantage here. And then he brought his queen out and then I'm kind of winning. And then that was a massive blunder because that just opens up to so many weaknesses. Castle. Okay. Try and attack. Nice. And then here, I had a nice idea of hopefully if he moves his bishop. But he didn't. He did that. And then, but I played that, which is a massive miswin. And now I'm kind of losing after that move. And then he didn't take back with the right piece. So it allowed me to checkmate. So that wasn't a very good. On the second game, I played a bit better. I played 87%. And we played pretty solid. Well, I wasn't playing any specific openings or anything. I was just trying to keep solid, make normal moves. And I felt like it quite worked out because after like 10 moves already, I'm in a win position. After I take that, because his king safety is kind of non-existent. Take the pawn. He tries to trade off the queens. I don't want to trade off the queens. Try to attack my queen, move out of the way. Blunders a piece, and then we kind of just carried out the game. This game was kind of straightforward after that. That was a miswin. Oh yeah, because I missed mate in one. But it doesn't matter, okay? I want you guys to get better at chess. I want you to improve your chess. I feel like these videos of just talking through the moves and just taking it slow and just realizing your opponent's mistakes is the best way for people to improve. This is how I improved when I first started. I watched Eric Rosen, Gotham, Hikaru, and I watch them when they explain it in a very basic way. And it helps more. It's not a patronizing thing. It helps more than you ever realize. It's so helpful. So I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, drop it a like, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.